Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler V series V's I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff that, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I've been waiting for this one, so damn well better be good. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, it was above the nipples. I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? Happens to be my Enoch shirt. Yeah, it's a cool shirt. I love the design. The hell is Enoch, though? Enoch are a metal band out of New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. I always say that. I'm like, if I'm not mistaken, it's like I know they're from New Jersey. I've read their website. I ran into these guys a few years ago. I ran into a Facebook ad of theirs, and I was like, cool, man. I like to check out new music. And I saw their stuff, and I was just super into it, like, right from the get-go. So much so, I ended up just, pretty much immediately buying the album. And then I was really fortunate in that they actually made their way to Illinois, out in Chicago, so I was able to get to see them perform live. Extremely good dudes. The set was awesome. I really, really hope that I get to see them perform again. They're a band that's on the rise, but, touring is expensive and stuff like that and everything, so I'm hoping that they make their way back out my way soon. But I actually have videos of the performances that I attended. Those videos are on my channel, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're an incredible band. But anyway, what am I trying for today, folks? What are we doing here? Why did it require you to know the positioning of my nipples? Well, it didn't, but that's now something that's in your head. And I have been waiting for this one because, boom, it's Pepsi, but it's not just any Pepsi. It's cherry Pepsi, but it's not just any cherry Pepsi. It's the boom. It is wild cherry Pepsi and cream. Okay, so yeah, I saw reports for this some months ago where they're like, Pepsi's coming out with a new thing, and it's going to go over there and it's going to mimic one of Coke's discontinued flavors. Because Coke, famously, they had a cherry vanilla Coke. I actually reviewed it when it came out. I was a big fan of that, so I hope this is going to be equally, as if not more delicious, because I was very sad when they got rid of the cherry vanilla Coke. I thought that was a fantastic addition, personally. Coke needs to stick by their guns, damn it. I get it, they want to try new things, and obviously, but they give up too quickly, I feel. But anyway, let's get a thing for the thing here, and kind of, looks like that, and we'll go, ha 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 ha. Try out some cherries and cream Pepsi. I will admit I'm more of a Coke fan than a Pepsi fan, but I like Coke just fine. Or Pepsi just fine. Definitely has a waft to it. Okay, let's give it a go. Okay. I kind of like it. Not nearly as much as I was hoping. Yeah, from the initial sniff of it, I was a little bit concerned because, the way the waft of it came off and, the scent of it, it came through a bit too strong. And, in theory, there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem was, I was worried this might be the case, that the flavorings and stuff that they use might be a bit too pungent. And that's definitely what I'm getting from this. It almost has like a slightly perfumey kind of vibe to it with, again, just like the flavorings that they're using. And I don't know if that's a mix, because, Pepsi's sweeter than Coke is. I don't know if that's just the sweetness amping that up, or if that's the type of flavorings that they used. I don't know, but I'm not, I don't dislike it, but yeah, it feels like it's a little bit much. Or maybe it's just the quantity of it. I don't know. I mean, it's been a little bit since I've had the cherry vanilla Coke, so I can't do like a side by side comparison. Though I do think it'd be cool if Coke went over there and was like, "Oh yeah, fuck you," then we're bringing back the cherry, vanilla Coke also. Go head to head. If they do that, I'll do a review for damn sure. Um, but I remember really liking that. Like that was a drink that I went back to on multiple occasions. I liked the cherry vanilla Coke a lot. This I don't hate it or anything like that, but I do kind of feel, and I've run into this problem before with Pepsi. The Pepsi Mango, I kind of felt similarly. Like the mango flavor, it was just too there, too sweet, and it just, these are obviously artificial flavors they're using, and I feel like it's too at the top of the flavors versus being properly blended in with the Pepsi. Whereas I do feel like Coke, for most of their stuff, they do a better job of sort of blending it in instead of putting it on top of. And that could be good or bad for you, depending. I could see, because I do think that the vanilla cream flavor is a bit more prominent in this than with the Coke version, but not always for the best reasons. Again, especially with it being very artificially flavored. Yeah. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Pepsi Peeps, the Peepsy that came out like a couple years ago. I reviewed that as well. And that's just overly sweet, you know. Like I said, Pepsi's already a sweet drink. I think that, for one thing, I'm not getting a lot of the cherry. Like I feel like it's more the cream. And again, maybe that's one of the things that made a difference for me with the Coke, was maybe that balance was there a little bit more. But like I like wild cherry Pepsi. I don't feel like the cherry aspect is coming through as much. I feel like you've got the sweetness from the Pepsi, the sweetness from the cream. I feel like the bite of that cherry is being lost. And yeah, I don't know. This one kind of falls flat for me a little bit. I don't dislike it, but yeah, I don't know. There's no bite to it. Like there's personality, I guess, but like its personality it feels very poserish, I guess. It feels like kind of what it is. This is Pepsi doing their take on something that Coke already did. And I feel like it tastes like that. Like Coke did it, they did it in my opinion way better, and Pepsi is now trying to go over there and, put out their version. Two questions have to be asked though. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Ah, maybe on occasion, and sure, I guess. I can't give it like a huge endorsement because I don't like it that much. I don't dislike it, but it's not what I was hoping. I feel like it's just too sweet. I feel like the balance of the flavors is off. And again, like it just feels like a lesser version of what Coke already did. And, I'm not trying to shit on Pepsi. Like I said, I mean, I like Pepsi. I like some of their flavors a lot. I'd like them to come back out with Crystal Pepsi again. I liked Crystal Pepsi. I thought it was fun. Um, like it's not a horrible new flavor, but I don't think that they really hit the way that it could have been hit. And I don't feel like it has a lot of bite. I feel like it's very, surprisingly, despite all the flavors involved, it feels very kind of one-dimensional to me. Because again, it's just so sweet. That said, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a limited time thing, probably. I'm sure I'll get it again at some point, and who knows, maybe at that time my taste will have acclimated to it a little bit more, but at least right now I'm not that into it. And if I'm recommending it, like, again, limited time thing, give it a go. If you like Pepsi, if that's your preferred cola brand, this might perfectly hit for you. Because again, Pepsi's already sweet and, but again, I do feel like, I don't know. I do feel like for me, this one's a little bit of a miss from them. Sometimes they do really good stuff. They have the pineapple Pepsi, which I also reviewed. I think they have some nice stuff, but I don't know, man. This one, I feel like it could have been executed a lot better. I remember when they did like the black cherry Pepsi also. I reviewed that as well, by the way. And that didn't do it for me either. So I don't know, man. Seems like they hit it with the wild cherry, but it seems like their other cherry endeavors have been lacking. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there themselves a truly Coke vanilla cherry-tastic rest of your life. Because personally, I think it's just, from what I remember, to be fair. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, if you've tried this one, let me know in the comments what you personally think about it. Because, yeah, I have my thoughts on it and everything, but I'm genuinely interested to hear what other people have to say about it. Because when I do these reviews, I don't watch other people's reviews or anything. I specifically avoid that stuff so that I can go over there and have my own thoughts on it without feeling like, they're being intruded upon by other people's opinions. But now that I've reviewed it, please let me know. I'm genuinely interested in your take. Anyway.